How many hours a day should you run your variable speed pool pump? Well, the question of how many hours per day to run your pump is a question that relates to the older technology pumps, single speed pumps or even dual speed pumps. The advantage of variable speed pumps is that when you turn down the RPM of the motor, they consume a very, very small amount of electricity when running at those lower speeds. And so it negates the need to turn off the pump. You would typically have turned off your swimming pool pump when you had a single speed pump because they move a lot of water. And if you let that run for 24 hours a day, it would vastly exceed the amount of filtration that your pool needs unless you have just the largest swimming pool. And further to that, you're going to be paying a lot of money for that. So that was the idea, was to turn it off part of the day or even most of the day. But with a variable speed pump, you don't need to do that. You can just turn down the RPM to a very low value, something that moves a decent amount of water, but costs very little to do so. And in doing that, your pool benefits. It was never an advantage to your swimming pool to sit stagnant for 16 or more hours per day just because you want to save some money running your Energy Hog single speed pool pump. With a variable speed pool pump, you should be running a schedule that operates 24 hours per day. Sure, most of that time is going to be at a very low RPM, but you're still going to need times where you run at mid speeds or even high speeds. But for the remainder of the time, you should have your pump running on low speeds. This pump here has been running while I've been talking, currently operating at 1100 RPM. And taking a look at the electrical consumption, in the top right corner you can see that this pump is consuming just a small amount over 150 watts. That's barely more than a large light bulb. For that amount of power, you can see on this flow meter, we are achieving in excess of 20 gallons per minute of flow. And so again, the advantage to you is to let the pump run all day. You don't need to turn it off anymore. And so when you're asking the question, how many hours per day should I run my variable speed pool pump? The answer is 24 hours per day, but now it's just a matter of figuring out the programming. How many hours a day should you run at a low speed versus a mid speed versus a high speed? If you found this information helpful, please be sure to like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you can check out my website, swimmingpoolsteve.com.